Yep, we're back. We're back. You're back. Sometimes I'm sideways, not just back. Back with Cindy Blackman Santana, the return of, and a first time for a fan Q&A session. Hi, Cindy. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I'm so excited to have you back on Drum Talk TV. And folks, read the description of the post because you have an opportunity to come backstage in the membership site, watch in a virtual amphitheater, and be able to come back here. And if you have a question for Cindy, I'll put you up on the screen. I'll disappear. You can ask her the question, and it's a lot of fun. If you're shy and you don't want to get on camera, you can type a question in the comments through the membership site. I think I got that right. Steve will straighten this whole thing out, folks, if I'm like wacky. But Cindy, again, welcome back. Really exciting stuff happening with you and your backup. Every drummer needs a great backup band, and you finally found one in Santana. Great job. And I keep watching the dates because we live east of Phoenix up in the mountains in Arizona, but most of our kids and grandkids live in Las Vegas. So we go there pretty frequently, maybe more frequently than they want us to. But I keep missing your residencies there. And you finish at the House of Blues like just a few days before we get there for Thanksgiving week. So we're going to miss it again. But you're back there in January of 2026, off and on, I think like the 5th through the 22nd, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, at the House of Blues.
House of Blues is later. It's not the 5th of January. I think it's.
I think I have it up still. It is
the exact dates, but it's not the 5th. It's not as early as the 5th. I know that.
Right. I was thinking November. So, folks, there's still time for November to catch Cindy with Santana. November 5th, off and on through the 24th. And then you've got...
It's actually the 5th through the 16th.
And then there's a little break, I think, right? Okay. And you got a couple dates?
November 5th through November 16th.
Yeah.
Then we play again in January. Yeah.
Okay. January 21st through 31st, and then February 1st, then May 13th through the 24th. We'll definitely make it out there sometime in there. I listened to for the first time finally last week, great album that came out back in April, Sentient, that has 11 amazing tracks featuring everybody from Miles Davis to Smokey Robinson to DMC is on there, some flash in the pan, Michael Jackson, some people may have heard of. It's just a really great album. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, Carlos just decided to, because he's played with so many different people, he decided to make kind of a compilation of different people that he's played with, which is really cool that he has that kind of Rolodex to draw from. When you have that kind of history, then you have a lot of languages to pull from and to add to. And so he decided to put that together in a record. And then he wanted to add the title track of my new record, which is called Coherence, which he's featured on. It's Carlos on guitar, Matt Garrison on bass, and myself on drums. So he put that on there. So it's a really wide range of songs, a really wide range of concepts, and it shows his versatility. So it's actually very cool.
Absolutely. And let's talk about your new album. What's different about it than people might expect having heard your first album?
Well, I have several albums.
Yeah, I guess I meant the previous one.
Oh, okay. Because my very first album, I have about 11.
Yeah.
The very last one was my first one. I don't know why, but it's not. That was probably my 10th record. Yeah. But the difference between this one and the very last one, which is called "Give the Drummer Some," is that I was really exploring vocalese. So I was singing a lot.
Right.
I quite a lot, and Narder Michael Walden produced 7 of the vocal tracks, and there are some some tracks where we're playing, so there's a couple instrumental things, but it's mostly vocal stuff on there, and so that was a new exploration for me, to do that much vocal with that much detail and that much variety of song. So I certainly had to prepare for that, because I'm not a singer, I'm a drummer. So I got a vocal coach and I practiced and I worked on some songs, and really just tried to focus in on singing melodies. The type of singing where people, they really stray a lot from the melody. That's
Yeah.
really cool. It's great if somebody can do that, but for me, I just wanted to really focus on melodies because I really like just the melody. So I wanted to get as good a tone as I could get and sing the melody as well as I could sing it, so that I could really present a mood and a story and a vibe for each song. So that record was like that. Um, this next record has no vocal on it at all, except for um, one piece, well, kind of two chunks of pieces, um, that I do spoken word on. And so I'm not singing, but it's spoken word.
Yeah.
And since Coherence is on Carlos's Sentient record, I wanted it to be slightly different on my record. So I wrote a poem about coherence, kind of what coherence means to me. And I put half of it in front of the song and half of it after the song. So we have Coherence Tapestry and Coherence Embrace as the two pieces that are bookends to Coherence. And the song Coherence is mixed slightly different than it is on Sentient. I
Mm.
wanted it a little bit different so that you can kind of distinguish. Otherwise, it's the same track, but I have the two bookends of the spoken word. And so Carlos again is obviously featured on that, and Matt Garrison. Carlos is also featured on three other songs, I believe, which are really great. He played on Capri, which is a Pablo Rusticelli song. He played on Sanctuary, which is a Wayne Shorter song, and he played on a song called The Message Is Love, which is a band original. Um,
Nice.
yeah, so we all wrote this song, including Carlos. We all added our parts and wrote this song together. So he's on that as well. John McLaughlin is also on the record, and he and Carlos are featured on John's song called Guitar Love. So we have that song, which is really beautiful. I love the melody. I love singing it. It's an exciting piece because I love hearing both of them. Two of my guitar heroes.
Yeah.
So we have that, and then the rest of the record, apart from one other track, features my core band, and the other track that does not feature the band is called. Actually, there are two other tracks that don't feature the band. One is called Psychedelic Movie House, and that one is it basically features strings and drums with synthesizers. Carlos is also on that, just doing some sounds, like a lot of guitar slide sounds and really
Hmm.
ambient, really cool. Um, but that one is, like I said, featuring strings and drums mainly. And this record is another different point about this record is that there are live strings on it, which is one thing that I've wanted to have for quite some time on my records and hadn't before this achieved that. But now we have strings. There's a gentleman by the name of Dave Egger, who I met on another record that I was producing for a singer in Portugal, a
Mm.
Portuguese singer, pop singer. And Dave is really cool because he's a cellist, but what he does is he layers all the tracks. So
Oh,
we had to, and he's so intense. We had to go through the music, and on some tracks there were like almost some songs there were almost like 50 string tracks.
wow. A cell orchestra.
Yeah, really orchestra. So we had to kind of, I mean, there's a lot of improvisation going on.
Oh, Cindy froze.
You still there?
Oh, you're back. Yeah, you froze
Okay.
for a second when you
I
said
didn't want
there's a lot
to,
of orchestration there. Yeah.
a lot of orchestration. So we had to weed some of it out, but it's just really beautiful. So there's that track. there's also a drum piece called Al Kebulan, which is the original name of Africa. So I wanted to give a nod to Africa because of all the rhythm and all the song and all of the vibe that Africa has given not only America for jazz and for all the music that we've created, but the entire world. So
Absolutely.
is a tribute to Africa. And then the rest of the record features my core band, which is Aurelian Budnek on guitar, Felix Pastorius on bass, Emilio Modeste on the saxophone, Zakai Curtis on the keyboards. And they are also playing on the tracks that Carlos is on, except Coherence and except Guitar Love. So they're all, featured all throughout the record. I'm very happy with this record. I can't wait for it to come out. Very excited.
Yeah, when exactly does it come out and where can people find it?
It should come out in the spring. I don't have an exact date yet,
Okay.
but I'll be announcing, and actually I'll let you know too, because hopefully you can announce it on your channel.
Absolutely. Yeah,
And I would appreciate that. Thank you. But yeah, it
sure.
should come out in the spring. We're still working out some of the fine points, but yeah, it's going to be. I'm very excited about it.
That is so exciting indeed. Are you going to tour the album and play some stuff off your other albums? Maybe see you sing on stage?
We will be playing, stuff from this record when we tour. We actually already have. We just did a short East Coast run, and we did
Right.
some tracks from the record.
Oh, great.
And on a couple of the shows that were in Baltimore, we even were so graciously guested by Carlos. So he played a couple of the tracks that are on the record too. So yeah, we're going to be featuring that, and I do play other stuff from other records. I haven't been singing on this stuff because on these shows because I don't want to. I want to focus on playing drums.
Yeah.
It's fine, and I like to do it. And I'm not saying I won't do it on any live shows. I may, but
Mhm.
my love and my first and foremost attention is to creating through the drums, and
Yeah.
with the drums and with that respect. So, I may pull out some song or here or there, but I don't know. It's not on the forefront for me.
Yeah. Totally understand. And folks, just a friendly reminder that we are going to go into the membership site exclusively pretty soon where you get to ask questions. Someone's already lined up. Superfan Mark Zutkoff. Wait till you see Mark's background. He always themes his background for the guests that we have. It's so attentive and so considerate. Cindy, being a drummer and a rhythmist, did that help your singing as far as when we drum, it's the most athletic instrument. I think running around with a trombone doesn't count, but being a drummer, it's more athletic. There's some attention to our breathing and whatnot. Did that help as well as phrasing the vocals as someone whose attention is so much on rhythm?
Absolutely, because I do breath exercises anyway. When
Mhm.
I got with my teacher, my vocal teacher, she enhanced that even more in terms of the way that a vocalist would use it, how to use my throat, how to
Mm.
sing from the chest, how to sing from the gut. If I want throat noises, I want back of the throat, front of the throat, nasal sounds. She got
Right.
me into all different kind of things that I can hear from vocalists when I listen to them, but I never put it into much practice because I wasn't really trying to sing in the forefront. Although I sing every day because I love singing, but I wasn't doing it on record, on any kind of consistent basis at all. So this helped me to really focus on those things. But drumming definitely helps because you build up stamina when you're playing the
Yeah.
drums, and you have to breathe, and you have to breathe correctly in order to uh, really have a flow, and as Tony Williams said, in order to not faint.
Yeah, absolutely.
you know uh, so that and certainly phrasing definitely helped with being a drummer. Timing and phrasing, that's really key. So to have all of that, to know when I wanted to sing on the beat or push it a little or pull it back and sing behind the beat, or how I wanted to phrase something or where I wanted to place it within the phrase or within the bar, where I wanted to place those notes within just the beat or the bar or the whole phrase.
Right.
Definitely being a drummer certainly helped that. Yeah, absolutely.
That's great. You mentioned that you love to sing. What's one of your favorite things to sing, whether it's around the house or whatever, that's not your material? Do you have a couple favorites?
Anything Billie Holiday,
Oh, nice.
Violet,
Yeah.
love Violet Stripers. Just the lyrics are beautiful. And my favorite version of hers with that song is on Lady in Satin.
Yeah.
And so I love the whole thing because I love the trombone solo, J.J. Johnson. I love everything. But, I sing not only lyrics, but I sing instruments like solos.
Mhm.
So I'm going to
Yeah.
sing some Miles parts, some Wayne parts, or some Herbie parts, or Ron bass parts, or drum. I sing everything. I sing Coltrane parts. So I sing not just lyrics, but I sing the notes and the melodies that instrumentalists play. Guitar parts that I
You
love, I'll
know,
sing that.
I love hearing this because when I teach, I'm always driving them to really develop their ear. And I tell them the best way to develop your ear is to learn every instrument of the song you're learning. You should be able to and I've put them on the spot. I say, sing me the Hammond organ solo. Sing it. How does it go? And it's your roadmap. And when people say, yeah, I don't learn the lyrics to songs that I play, it's like, what? How do you not? So I love hearing you say that you sing the instruments and whatnot. I think it's so important in knowing the music as well, not just for fun, but knowing the music, having that roadmap and every little twist and turn and nuance. I think there's more to appreciate in music that way as well.
Yeah, and the phrasing, that helps your phrase. Um, Not only do I sing phrases that I love, but if I hear phrases on an instrument and I love it and it's not drums, I play those phrases, on my
Right.
drums. So that just helps build your vocabulary. It helps build your feel. It helps you understand where you want to place the notes. Where
Right.
you want to place your phrasing. If you want to displace a phrasing, it shows you and helps you displace so that it's still swinging, no matter what rhythm you're
Right.
working on. So it still feels good, and all that. I feel makes a big difference.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that. So, folks, we're going to go into the membership site, the virtual amphitheater there. Join us there. Follow the breadcrumbs that are in the post. And if you're back there, you'll be able to come back here and ask Cindy a question yourself, like Mark is going to in just a moment. So, thanks, folks, for watching live on YouTube.